That's right. Here at Mowers and Blowers, we push them into the garage and they come out driving. It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. That's right, it's Henry, the browless flipper. As you know from yesterday's episode, I was trying to fix that gas tank. I was dripping this plastic on this rod that was lit already into the gas tank to fill the 2 holes that were cracked on the bottom of the gas tank. Well, I did the bottom and I did the inside. But as soon as I did the bottom, I decided to do the inside. I didn't think that there was going to be gas fumes remaining inside the gas tank. As a result, the open flame ignited and I burned all my eyebrows off. It's always fun in games until you burn your eyebrows off, you know? Anyway, just about had enough of this tractor project, you know what I mean? We're on episode 7 now, and it's still leaking. I came out today, and we have, not a bad one, but we still have a leak. And I figured out where it's from. It's not from the middle part. I think I did a good job there. But actually, it's this part here where it's kind of degraded. You could feel that when you push down on it, it moves a little. So the reason why this didn't turn out well is, you know, the bottom one is clear, but you can see that this is kind of brownish. And the reason behind that is because when I applied the epoxy on here, it was still wet with oil, so it didn't adhere well to the block. So I mean, this is a kind of an easy fix, you know. I'll just grind this out, clean again. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because it's still gonna have oil in it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to walk away from this for a while. I've had it. Anyway, it's another hot day today here in Long Island. It's about 90 something. Humidity is very high. My old buddy Jay, that I used to work with at the police department, he's coming over because he says he needs a push mower for his mom's house. He saw videos of my my setup at my mom's house. He's been bringing his lawnmower to his mom's house every time he has to mow the lawn there. So he figured he'd get another mower to leave at her mom's house. So, you know, he's my good friend. I've known him for 30 years or something like that. You know, I'm just gonna give him one of those. Since he's Nassau County Highway Patrol, he's got 9mm. I'll just tell him to bring me a couple of boxes to trade for the lawnmower. You know, he's got to give me something, you know. Anyway, I'm going to mow the lawn now because it has to be done. I'm going to try to use my Toro 46-inch LX 460. I haven't started that up in over a week. I should be able to start that up and mow the backyard real quick. And then I'm going to grab the mower I'm going to give him and use it on my front lawn before I give it to him, just to make sure it works. But first, I'm going to try to start this up because we put Loctite on that nut on the valve. Hopefully it is cured by now, and we'll just see if this engine starts. Because remember, yesterday during my test drive, it died. Go for a test drive now. As you can see, I put ATF in the tires yesterday. Okay, seems okay. Except for that backfire. Well, all right. Like I said, the gas tank seems to have held up too. So burning my eyebrows was worth it. Not. So I'll probably try to fix that eventually, and then we're pretty much done. I mean, if it runs, put the cover back on, put the hood back on, put the deck on and test it, and then we're good, hopefully. Now let's mow the lawn. Mowed the lawn in seemingly 3 minutes. Seriously, it was so fast. Worked great without a hiccup. Engine sounds really strong. You'd never know it was a Kohler Courage in there, you know? Albeit a rebuilt one. So it worked fantastic. Very pleased with it. Good mower. I'm gonna whip out a push mower that I'm giving my friend Jay. I'm gonna mow the front lawn with it. So this is it. This is the one I'm gonna give my friend Jay. It's a good mower. Mows very well. Auto choke, quantum engine, self-propelled front. I have that left. This left. This yet still needs to be fixed. And I have my Toro recycler over here that I'm not willing to part with yet, unless I get at least $150 for it. So let's see if this thing starts. It's been sitting in my garage for a couple of weeks. much gas in here. Let it run for a little bit so it smooths out. My neighbor's new time master. As you can see, did a great job here. Did a nice job there too. Hey, so my buddy Jay came to visit with his dog Mario. He needs a mower for his mom's house, so he brought me some law enforcement 9mm hollow points as payment. Cool. He's my friend. I would have given it to him. So to fix this leak right, I gotta grind this off. Because look, if you just take a screwdriver, you can see that it's not on there. See that? Shouldn't be able to easily do that. And that's the cause of why it's still leaking, is because when I applied this, there was already oil contamination which mixed with the epoxy, and therefore the strength of the epoxy is not what it's designed to be. See how that just comes right off? It's not supposed to come off like that. So that's the issue. You're gonna have to find a way to keep this dry so that it doesn't leak, and put another coating of epoxy. I might have to go to Home Depot and get some JB Weld, because this Harbor Freight Tools thing is just not that good. It's gonna take a few days for the oil to settle, you know, so it's not on the side walls like that, which will cause seepage of oil, so I won't be able to put on a good coat of this stuff. So Andy the Brit came by, and he's always wanted one of these. It's a power sweeper. You connect it onto your weed whacker. It's a good assembly. You don't see too many of these at all. Be interested in seeing how this works. 120 bucks at Home Depot. Very cool. So I just grinded that clean. As you can tell, that's a pretty good crack, you know. And also, when I was grinding it, I noticed that the self-tapping screw I put in there just weaseled out by itself, so it was loose. I'm gonna drill a bigger hole in there and try to shove another screw in there, thicker one. That ought to do it. So I've grinded this area, and good news is it doesn't seem to be leaking, so it's staying clean. And if it stays clean, I'll be able to put some epoxy on it without it being contaminated by Earl. And of course this bolt now holding it down, maybe that had something to do with it continuously leaking because it was still loose. So I'm going to use my Dremel tool that I got from one of my subscribers, Roger McDonald. Thank you, Roger. I'm going to put some good use to this. Let me get the bottom part, which I couldn't get. Ooh, cool. You know what? I didn't charge this thing. Works. So I mixed up the remaining part of my leftover epoxy, and I just went over it. I had enough to cover the crack. Hopefully that stays clear. When it starts to turn brown, you know it's contaminated with oil. So we'll see what happens here. If it doesn't work, I'll grind it off again, get some JB weld. Okay, all I have to do now is install the deck while that thing dries. So I was having a lot of trouble putting the deck on because these two front hangers here wouldn't match up with the holes in the bracket in the front. And then when I took the bracket off, right, this thing was all bent out of shape. So I've been using this jack, I've been just hammering away with a sledgehammer and finally got it into shape because it was all bent out of whack. Like the guy hit a tree or something and this is all bent, so that the hole was like off by an inch or so. Still may be difficult to get it on here, but at least this thing is in shape now. Before it was completely twisted, you know? And it's so hard to do it. And my jack over there, no, my vise over here, it's on this cheap polymer plastic table, so it's not gonna hold any bending. So I've been doing this for a while. I went to the backyard to see if I had another bracket. I don't. But I did find a brake rod which I needed the other day, and this looks like it, and it has a good end here with a hole, and I have a muffler shield here that I could adhere on here somehow later. So that's what I've been doing. Gonna try installing this and see if it matches up with the hanger, and then I think I have a PTO engagement cable issue. Never ends with this one. And you can see the hangers now match up into the holes. Awesome. Both sides too. Okay, finally got that on there. I finally fixed the engagement cable. The guy had it wrapped around a few times, so it was too short. So I uncoiled it. He made a knot in it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he, you know, crashed into this thing, and so that was bent, so it wouldn't engage unless he tied a knot into the cable. But then since I have a different deck than he did, and also unbent that front bracket, I had to unbend it so that it's good now. So here we go. See, engage, disengage. And it's loose enough. Well, we can only try it, see if the PTO works. I also replaced the brake rod. It was easy. So I'm all set. Got the deck installed, worked out the PTO cable and the front hangers. This seems good because you don't see any brown oil coming out of it. Let's see if the I got an issue going on here. So, while it does engage the blades, and the blades seem to run right, what was getting caught was when you have the lever all the way to the top, this hits the wheel. That's why it was catching onto the deck. On the highest level 6, the deck touches the wheel, which is why it wouldn't drive. It only doesn't touch the wheel, and it barely does, you know, on level 4. So if you have it on 3, it's not going to touch the wheel. Which means, I believe this is too high on the front, you know, or too low. Yeah, it's too low. Okay, so I leveled it. I loosened this bolt a little bit so it went down about 1/4 inch. And as a result, when you put the deck all the way up to the highest, the wheel does not touch the deck. So we're all settled now. I'm going to put the cover onto the engine and then the hood back onto the... Put the air filter back on. How much am I done with this mower? I mean, I'm just done with it. I don't even care if it runs anymore. I'm just done with it, you know? 7 episodes. And at the end of the day, what am I going to get out of this? $350? But I guess it was the experience of addressing pretty much everything that was broken on this mower, and a lot was broken. And if you think about it, I'm only in this for $1. You know why? Where's the dollar from? That's right, the 2 LED bulbs I put in the hood. I didn't spend any money on this. I guess if you count the $1.38 paint I used to spray the deck, everything else was from parts that I already had. It had a battery that worked, just charged it up, seems to work just fine, plus a ton of labor to get this going. So at the end of the day, this mower did take me 7 episodes, but it only cost $1. You know, this oil breather here, I just don't know where it goes, you know? I'm just gonna let it hang like that. I hope the epoxy works. Let's connect the lights. And Dino works. And that's it. That's it. That is it. I'm done. We are done. I have a feeling we're going to have engine problems out of this one too. But I'm pretty much going to say that if this engine doesn't work, it has even more problems, I'm just going to put another engine on it. I've had it. I've had it. This engine's a piece of junk. Anyway, I'm done. That's it. Kaput. I have worked on this engine like 4 or 5 episodes out of the 7, you know? The rest of it was a pain in the ass too. This tractor was a complete nightmare. But as long as the engine runs, it mows, it drives, and I'm in it for $1 and a shitload of time. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this 7-part series because I sure did not. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey, I'm Andy from Jericho.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.